We all wear masks, the polite smile, the confident handshake, the charming laugh that hides exhaustion. But Carl Jung warned us, the mask you wear is not harmless. It is not just a costume for society. If you wear it too long, you forget who you really are. And worse, it begins to kill you from the inside. Because behind that mask lives something darker, something powerful, something you refuse to face. Jung called it the shadow. And unless you confront it, the mask becomes a prison, and the shadow becomes your master. Today we'll uncover why the mask you wear is killing you, what Jung really meant by the shadow, and how facing it is the only path to becoming whole. Think about how you move through the world. At work, you're the professional. You nod politely, agree with the group, and swallow your true opinions. With friends, you might be the funny one, always cracking jokes, never showing sadness. With family, maybe you're the responsible one, the one who never complains, the one who always has it together. But late at night, when the mask slips, what's left? Exhaustion, resentment, a quiet emptiness. Because the truth is, the mask protects you, but it also suffocates you. It keeps you safe from rejection, but it keeps you trapped in a role you never chose. Jung said that the more tightly you cling to the mask, the more violently the shadow grows in the dark, and eventually it bursts out, in anger, in jealousy, in breakdowns you can't explain. That's the danger, not the mask itself, but what it hides. Carl Jung introduced the concept of the persona, the mask you wear to meet the expectations of society. It is necessary. We need it to survive in the world, to function in relationships, to play our roles. But Jung warned that over-identifying with the persona is deadly, because beneath it lies the shadow, the raw, repressed parts of yourself, the anger, envy, lust, greed, ambition, and even the hidden talents and power you deny. He said, the shadow is a moral problem that challenges the whole ego personality. No one can become conscious of the shadow without considerable moral effort. In other words, the shadow is not evil. It is just unseen, and until you face it, it controls you unconsciously. Let's break down what this really means. Number one, the persona, the mask you show the world. The persona is like a costume. You put it on to play the good citizen, the nice guy, the responsible adult. Without it, society would collapse into chaos. But the danger is mistaking the costume for your skin. If you become the persona, you sacrifice your authenticity. You play roles instead of living truth. Number two, the shadow, the parts you refuse to see. The shadow contains everything you don't want to admit about yourself. The jealousy you feel when your friend succeeds, the rage you feel when you're disrespected, the ambition you hide because you don't want to seem arrogant. Most people deny these feelings. They say, that's not me. I'm not angry. I'm not jealous. I'm not selfish. But denial doesn't erase the shadow. It strengthens it. Number three, the shadow's revenge, when you don't face it. When you repress your shadow, it doesn't disappear. It slips out in ways you don't notice. You gossip about others because you envy their success. You sabotage relationships because you fear intimacy. You explode in anger after months of swallowing it down. Jung warned, the more good you try to be, the more violently your repressed shadow seeks expression. Number four, projection, seeing your shadow in others. This is one of Jung's most dangerous insights. What you refuse to see in yourself, you see in others. You accuse others of being arrogant when secretly you're terrified of your own ambition. You hate selfish people, but deep down, you crave freedom from responsibility. Projection blinds you. You fight others, but the real enemy is inside you. Number five, integration, the only way out. Jung believed the goal is not to destroy the shadow, but to integrate it, to bring it into awareness. This means admitting your anger, owning your envy, acknowledging your ambition, facing your flaws with honesty, not denial. When you integrate your shadow, it stops controlling you unconsciously. It becomes a source of energy, creativity, and authenticity. Number six, individuation, becoming whole. For Jung, the path of individuation, becoming your full self, requires confronting the shadow. It's painful. It feels dangerous. But it is the only way to live as a whole human being, not just a mask. He wrote, "One does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious." So imagine this. Instead of being the polite, smiling puppet, you become real. Instead of denying your envy, you use it to drive your own growth. Instead of hiding your anger, you channel it into strength and boundaries. Instead of being enslaved by the mask, you become the author of your own face. This is the power of shadow work. It transforms weakness into strength, emptiness into meaning. The mask was never meant to be your identity. It was meant to be a tool. When you learn to set it down, even for a moment, you discover the person behind it. Raw, flawed, radiant, alive. So the real question is not, what mask do you wear? The question is, who are you when the mask comes off? Do you recognize the shadow hiding beneath your smile? Do you feel the weight of your unspoken anger, envy, or desire? Do you ever wonder if the life you live is truly yours, or just the mask's? Jung believed the greatest danger of all was not the darkness outside of us, but the darkness we refuse to see within. Because the mask will protect you until it kills you. If this message struck you, take one small step tonight. Stand in front of a mirror. Look at yourself without performance, without pretending. Ask, what am I hiding? What am I afraid to admit? Write it down. Name your shadow, because once it has a name, it begins to lose its power. And if you want to go deeper, watch my next video on the war inside you. Jung on how to defeat your inner enemy. Remember, the mask was never you, and the shadow you fear is not your enemy. It is the part of you waiting to make you whole.